Thanks for tuning in. We begin our journey in Victoria, Australia's smallest mainland state. We are headed for the Southern Cross Station, located at the edge of Melbourne City. Let's get cracking, shall we?
A very good morning to all of you and welcome to another one of my trip reports. And today I'm coming to you from the beautiful Southern Cross Station here in Melbourne City. And I'm embarking on the Journey Beyond train on the Overland back to Adelaide. Now I have several other trip reports which is related to this video that you're going to watch now. So I suggest you do catch up on the earlier videos as well before coming to this one. And if you like contents like these, why don't you hit the subscribe button now, and don't forget to tap also the bell notification icon so you can keep up to date with my other content as well. Alright, in the meantime, I'm excited, so let's get this journey started. Let's go!
Southern Cross Station is a major railway station in Docklands, Melbourne. Southern Cross also has a coach terminal underneath the shopping complex. The Skybus shuttle operates from here to the airports in Tullamarine and Avalon. Interstate coach services also departs from here. This facility was overhauled in 2006 in time for the Commonwealth Games. I like this industrial feel of it all. Departing on Journey Beyond services from Southern Cross isn't exactly ideal. For one, signage for this service is extremely poor. And if you have check-in luggage to bring on board, there isn't any indication where to go to have this sorted. We made a calculated guess and approached luggage services for help. Yep, we got our bags dropped off there. On the departure screens, it showed that the Adelaide-bound train was departing from platform 2B. Once again, the lack of signage meant a lot of confused passengers standing at the empty portion of the platform wondering where the hell was our train. Only when we saw some commotion in the distance did we realize that the train was actually departing at the northern end of the very long platform. Welcome on board the Overland train. Today we are traveling in Red Premium Class, which is configured in a 2x1. Legroom is first class, no issues there. And previously when I did this trip, I was traveling in the single seat. Today, I am seated in the double with my husband, and I found the shoulder room to be slightly cramped. The seat has a tray table extended from the armrest. It can be used folded or fully opened during meal service. There is also generous recline, but don't expect any decent sleep during this daytime journey. A menu card was handed out before departure. Meal options cater for the hearty like me, bland like my husband, and the veggies. There is something for everyone. However, the meal choices were the same as my previous trip. Do they ever change these options? Let me know in the comments. The Overland train service is operated by Journey Beyond. This company is also responsible for other luxury train expeditions like the Ghan, the Indian Pacific and the Great Southern. The Overland is a great introduction into these services because ticket prices can run into the thousands. The full works on Indian Pacific running the length of the Australian continent from Sydney to Perth can cost up to a 5-figure sum per person. It is stuff bucket lists are made of. Today's journey will take about 10.5 hours to cover a distance of 828 kilometers. We will make about 10 stops, and although we aren't allowed to get off, it will be interesting to view these towns from another perspective. The first stop today will be at North Shore Station in the town of Geelong. This journey will take 90 minutes and it will be used for our breakfast service. Breakfast was served and boy was I hungry. But really, when am I not? Both of us went for the egg omelette with bacon, toast and beans. Oh god, I can only keep my fingers crossed. Catering on Journey Beyond services is top-notch, and this omelette was cooked perfectly, nicely savoury with cheese and chives. And Aussie bacon, oh man, it is the best in the world. And no, I am not biased. Drinks were served shortly after, and I went for a cup of hot tea with milk. After the meal was cleared, the train was finally running at a fast speed as we headed towards Geelong. Geelong is the second largest city in Victoria after Melbourne. Its population sits just under 270,000 people. Avalon Airport, Melbourne's other airport besides Tullamarine, was upgraded in 2004 to serve southern Melbourne and Geelong. For some time, it even saw international flights to Kuala Lumpur by AirAsia X. CityLink Airlines was scheduled to begin flights from there to Bali in January 2020. This pandemic has surely thrown a spanner into the works. As we leave Geelong behind further into country Victoria, the next stop is Ararat, which is still about 2 hours away. So let's take this time to visit the cafe car. Welcome to Cafe 828. It is named after the length of this journey, 828 kilometers. This is a rather serene area to chill and meet other fellow passengers. I met a few train enthusiasts in this cafe as well, and the yarn they spun were extremely engaging to say the least. As a passenger on Red Premium, non-alcoholic bevies were complimentary. Food options served in Red Premium were available for purchase as well for those passengers travelling in Red service. There were also Overland branded merchandise for sale if you were so inclined.
Well, here we are once again on the Overland. This time I'm doing it from Melbourne to Adelaide. The last time when I did this journey, it was the other way around. So I just wanted to see what was the difference in terms of experience when you're doing it from Melbourne to Adelaide. So here we are in Cafe 828. And the only difference, I'm not sure if this arrangement was the same for the last time, because now the non-alcoholic drinks are all included in the price of your ticket if you are in Red Premium. This surely wasn't the case, because the last time when I did this journey I paid for my coffee, but they told me I don't have to because I'm over in Red Premium. Yeah, so who knows, maybe they missed me out the last time, but I can never say no to free coffee, can I? Well, kind of. I kind of paid for it because I'm in Red Premium, but oh, yum. Yes, so here we are again on the Overland train. Nothing beats the feeling of being on the train journey because it's so damn bloody therapeutic. You are not rushing to go anywhere and you're just sitting here looking out into the open, enjoying the scenery out there. And it's very, very relaxing. I highly recommend train travel to people out there who are not rushing to get anywhere. Yeah. I was actually wondering whether would I enjoy this as much as the last time, because the last time when I did this journey, it was my first time doing a long distance train. And I thought maybe this time I will enjoy it less because the novelty is gone, but no, I still like it. And I would probably do it again and again and again. But perhaps the next time when I get on a Journey Beyond train, I might want to try something else, like the Great Southern or the Ghan or even the Indian Pacific, because I live in Adelaide and all the trains for Journey Beyond kind of radiate out from Adelaide. So all the services are there. Journey Beyond is, after all, an Adelaide-based company. Yeah. So to future train journeys. Cheers, guys.
If you're curious how Red service looks like, let's head into that cabin now. For one, the seats are upholstered differently. The seat pitch is also a lot less, and seat positioning is configured in a 2x2. There isn't any dedicated staff service, I think, so if you need a drink or something to eat, you head into the cafe car to purchase it yourself. Other than that, the seat actually feels no different to that in the Red Premium service.
Alright, David, you're on.
Excellent.
Yeah, so this is David. Apparently he subscribed to my channel just yesterday before getting on the Overland, and what a coincidence we're on the same train today.
Absolutely.
Yep, so David tells me he's a train enthusiast. And yeah, what do you like about trains, David?
It's a little bit old-fashioned and a little bit of romance. I like in the trains. Not so
Romance, that's a good thing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
The missus will be happy.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it just goes back a bit, I think. It's time to slow down and enjoy the view, and
Yeah.
we hop on planes and we get to places too quick. Rail is enjoyable.
A lot of people don't take the time to smell the roses
That's
anymore.
right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
All right, so it's always nice to meet fellow enthusiasts on board the train.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks very much.
Take care.
Okay.
See you later.
Thanks for you.
It's good on you, man.
Two passengers in front of me saw my interaction with David, then turned around to say they've watched my previous Overland video as well. How cool is that? I hope this would mean better things for my channel. Have you hit the subscribe button yet? We soon pulled into Ararat, a town of just over 8,000 people. The suburban train line from Melbourne ends here. Discovery of gold in the 19th century led to a boom, and the Chinese are widely credited in the discovery of that precious metal. Growth of Ararat has slowed in recent times, and its primary industries include wool, cattle farming, and the Grampians wine region. Heading out of Ararat, it was only a 30-minute ride to the next town of Stawell. This town has a population of 6,032, and just like Ararat and many other regional towns in Victoria, it was founded during the gold rush in the 1800s. The present local government is in an active push to transition its economy out of gold mining as this commodity is depleting. As the town closest to the Grampians National Park, Stawell holds a significant role in regional tourism as a stopping point. Lunch was served shortly after we left Stawell. I went for the buffalo masaman curry, while hubby got the sandwich. As much as I tease him for being bland, the sandwich actually tasted alright. He never finishes his meal, so I got to clear his plate. The curry was sensational, and this is coming from someone who has Thai relatives and ate this dish on a regular basis. Thumbs up, Journey Beyond. This is Dimbula, and this town's name did not originate from any First Nations language. Instead, the initial surveyor of this land, John George Winchester Wilmot, used to live in Sri Lanka. And Dimbula is a Sinhalese word meaning land of figs. Presumably, he saw a lot of fig trees when he arrived. The present population today is 1,424. The train will stop here for a few minutes as we carry out a change in drivers. Our lunch concluded with a slice of rich, decadent white chocolate vanilla slice. It was hard to eat with a spoon, but I managed. I was honestly pretty stuffed by now, and all I wanted to do was take a nap. We are now closing in on the border with the state of South Australia. And just like that, we magically gained 30 minutes just by crossing an invisible line. I would love to be celebrating New Year's Eve at border boundaries like this one. It will be one never-ending countdown. How fun is that? The first town we stop at in South Australia is Border Town. This imaginative name is used because the town was established in 1852 when a direct rail link was created between the Victorian gold mines and Adelaide. A town was created as close as possible to the border to meet these trains coming into South Australia. And voila! This was how Border Town got its name. The population today sits at 2,953. Border Town is also the birthplace of former Australian Prime Minister Bob Hawke. The economic viability of the Overland has always been called into question. In 2018, 20 years of subsidies from Victorian and South Australian governments appeared likely to cease. Although the Victorian government renewed its subsidy for 15 months in August, the South Australian government announced in November it had decided not to renew its subsidy beyond the end of the year. In December, however, the Victorian government announced it would fund the shortfall to allow the service to continue in 2019. The service was again threatened with withdrawal in December 2019 before a last-minute agreement for the Victorian government subsidy to continue until March 2020 was reached. In that month, the COVID-19 pandemic necessitated all Journey Beyond services to be suspended, restarting in September 2020. In June 2020, the Victorian government committed to a 3-year funding agreement to support the Overland, providing $3.8 million per year until June 2023. We can only hope the subsidies will continue beyond that to keep this iconic service alive. We soon crossed the mighty Murray River, in what is one of the most picturesque moments on this journey. It is Australia's longest river, spanning a distance of 2,508 kilometers. Starting high up in the Australian Alps, it flows through 3 states and 7 cities before meandering its way towards the Australian Bight to spew its contents. Our final stop today before Adelaide is in the city of Murray Bridge, deriving its name from the railroad bridge crossing the Murray River. No shit, Dr. Obvious. As of 2016, it has a population of just over 20,000 people. The activity of this town revolves around the River Murray, which we passed earlier on. The city is situated on the Princes Highway, the main road transport link between Adelaide and Melbourne. The snack service was carried out during this final phase of the journey to Adelaide. I was seriously still stuffed from all the food I ate earlier on, so these delicious cookies went into my carry-on. I still had a cup of hot tea though. We were soon winding our way through the Adelaide hills as the train slowed down considerably. Suburban Adelaide soon came into view, and this signaled the end of this amazing rail travel journey. Are there quicker ways of travelling between Adelaide and Melbourne? Of course there is. But there is nothing which underscores the romance of travel, as David had mentioned earlier on, like rail does. There is something so nostalgic and classy about travelling this way. There is really nothing like it. So before you click submit on your next $99 flight, why not take a moment to breathe and ponder, and enjoy the journey instead of the destination?
Alright, see you guys around.
Take care.
Bye. Alright then, see ya, bye. It's done. Alright, see ya, bye. Oh, mask off. And that was the Overland. I can never seem to get enough of the Overland. I mean, I enjoyed it the last time, and I seem to enjoy it even more this time because as the train was going through the tracks on the way back from Melbourne in the opposite direction, I was like, okay, I'm going to expect this, I'm going to expect that. So I kind of knew what was coming up because I've done it the other way before. Yeah, so excellent trip. This is definitely an interesting alternative for you to travel between Adelaide and Melbourne. So try it sometime, and only then you'll know for yourself if you're gonna like it. So I highly recommend it. I don't know about you, but I cannot recommend this enough. Well, anyway, if you've watched the video until this point, I'd like to thank you for all your support, and I have put my handle for the Instagram somewhere up there on your screen. So chuck me a follow so you can follow my travel in real time. And of course, don't forget to share this with a friend who is also interested in rail travel. Comment, share, all this little action will definitely help my channel grow. So in the meantime, hit the subscribe button, tap the bell notification icon, and I'll see you for the next video. Alright, see you around. Bye!